Today we're checking out the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2. As usual, we're going in depth. I'll be scoring and ranking them in 10 categories against 30 earbuds. Retail price is $229 US and they cost me $379 Australian. Now here's the current leaderboard with the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in the first spot. The Pixel Buds Pro are still in the top 5 and they will rank number 1 for quite a while. But true wireless earbuds are advancing rapidly. But let's see if the Pixel Buds Pro 2 can reclaim the first spot. You can customize the scoring as well as compare all the buds easily with my free spreadsheet linked below, but I'll explain more about that later. Now let's get into category 1, comfort. And I can't believe how small these earbuds are. It's basically a baby Pixel Buds Pro. And the green color here is sleek. I love me a bit of green action with my earbuds. Now the Pixel Buds Pro were one of the more comfortable earbuds out there, but this is even better. The driver shaft is shallow and now it's oval shaped, so you get an incredibly light feel in the ear canal with no pressure or suction. So I'm scoring them a 9.5 out of 10. You also get 4 sizes of ear tips. The largest is just large enough for me though. But if you have smaller ears, these are going to be the best option for you. But even if you have giant ears like me, they still fit really well. Now let's go into category 2, the security of the fit. And you probably noticed these have a little wing built into the bud, but it doesn't work like most wings. This will rest inside your ear canal towards the back of your concha, which works better for me as the wings that rest on the top of the earbud usually don't lock in place because my ears are ginormous. If the wing causes issues though, like some discomfort, you can just angle the bud up and the wing won't touch any part of your ear, so a pretty smart design. All I can explain is my experience, so weight training, I had no issues. The buds don't budge out at all. I did run into some issues though when running. This will mainly be a problem if you're a hill runner or you just run with heavier impact on the ground. So I noticed the audio kind of clip with each heavy strike on the ground. And this was more noticeable when running downhill as well, since you're going to be using more impact. Now this clipping of the audio is mainly noticeable on bass heavy music. It's like a very subtle clipping sound each time you make impact on the ground. And I think this happens, at least for me, due to the bud's small size. Each time you make impact on the ground, the buds move up and down ever so slightly since they don't have a stem holding the weight distribution of the bud down in your ear canal. But this wasn't an issue on the old Pixel Buds Pro, and they also don't have a stem. But if you're running at a more moderate pace, you're a 4-foot runner or a mid-foot runner with less impact on the ground, I didn't notice any issues with the audio clipping. Still, I'm scoring them an 8.5 out of 10 with the addition of that wing. The Beats Fit Pro and Sennheiser Momentum Sport have a slightly higher score because their wings are slightly more stable, but those are sport-focused earbuds. And if you like using your earbuds when training, you get an IP54 dust and water resistant rating. The Pixel Buds Pro didn't have dust resistance. Now, category 3 is case and battery life. So you get an advertised 8 hours with the buds and 30 hours in total with noise cancelling on. You get 12 hours on the buds and 48 hours in total with noise cancelling off. So you're getting more bud battery on the Pro 2 and they're like half the size, which is seriously impressive. Chuck the buds in the case for 5 minutes, you're gonna get 1.5 hours on the buds, but that's with noise cancelling off, which is about the average. And you can charge the case wirelessly. Now they also chucked a speaker into the case, which will indicate when you need to charge the case, or if you lose your case and you're trying to locate it. Find My Case is an Android only feature though. And the case itself is the exact same size as a Pixel Pro, so you're getting an extra 33% battery in there, which is pretty impressive. It's only slightly thicker than the thinnest case, the AirPods Pro 2. And the case itself is also IPX4 water resistant, so this is pretty flawless stuff here. They're getting an easy 10 out of 10. The Jabra Elite 8 Active have similar battery life, but the case is dust and water resistant. The Pixel Pro 2 case is more compact with the speaker and Find My Case feature on Android. Now to category 4, controls. And you get the exact same great controls the Pixel Buds Pro had. So you get touch controls with a single, double, triple tap and long hold, as well as swipe forward and back for volume up and down. You get a nice subtle beep feedback with each press. You don't get much customization. All you can change is the long hold to noise control or voice assistant. And you can choose to add noise cancelling off into your noise control cycle or choose 2 out of the 3 options. Now the swipe for volume takes some getting used to since it's a very small touch surface. I found using the tip of my finger made it easier. And if your fingers are clammy or sticky for whatever reason, I don't know what you're doing with your fingers, but this will be a bit trickier because it's gonna get stuck on the touch surface. Now the wearing detection works incredibly fast, instantly pausing and playing your music when you take the buds in and out of your ears. And if you don't like it, you can just turn it off in the app. And the buds now have skin detection, so if you put one bud in your pocket, your music won't start playing, where in the Pixel Pro, it would. I don't think they advertise this, but a nice sneaky upgrade from Google. You also get the always-on Google Assistant or Gemini AI Assistant as well, and this will work on any Android device. So even if your phone is in another room, you can still activate the voice assistant using your own voice. Yeah. Yep. So total score here is an 8.5 out of 10. It's only the lacking customization that holds the score back slightly. But for me, this is all I need. Give me swipe control for volume, and then you're able to control everything on one earbud, play, pause, track forward and back, noise control, and volume up and down. I did run into a bit of a glitch though, so the swipe control and wearing detection just stopped working. Didn't matter what device I was using it on. I just had to factory reset the buds, and I haven't had the issue since. Now onto category 5, connectivity. So you're getting Bluetooth 5.4, SBC, AAC, and LE audio. You can use one earbud while you leave the other in the case, and when using one earbud, it is going to work in mono mode. So you can hear the left and right audio channel out of the one earbud. You also get multi-point connection here, so you can have two devices connected to the earbuds at the same time. You just need to pause playback on one device before playing it on the other device for that audio to kick in. But you will get seamless connection when connected to Pixel devices. So I tested these buds on my Asus Zenfone 10 and iPhone 15 Pro. And on my iPhone 15 Pro, there's no limitations. You just can't get the app on iOS, but whatever customization and settings you save on your Android device will carry over to the earbuds, so you can do it on your iPhone. But you are getting Google Fast Pair on all Android devices. Now they don't have a low latency mode, which might be on Pixel devices, but I couldn't find it on the Android app. But if your device has LE audio and it actually works, then you're gonna get some really low latency. My Asus Zenfone 10 has LE audio, or it's supposed to have it, but it still comes up as an experimental feature and just doesn't work. So in my gaming test on my iPhone 15 Pro, the latency wasn't great. For casual games, it'll be okay. But if you're into quick reaction games like shooters, it's not at a suitable level. And on my Zenfone 10, the latency was even worse, whether I used SBC or AAC. But watching videos and movies, that's completely fine. So overall score here is a 7.5 out of 10. Great if you're on Pixel devices. If you're not, it's okay. Now, category 6 is call quality, and I run through 3 tests: quiet room, simulation crowd noise, and a simulation windy city with construction noise. And the total score is the average of all 3 tests. Now first, you still can't mute your microphone using the touch controls when you're on a phone call, but you are able to switch between your noise control and adjust volume. So total score they're getting here is a 7 out of 10. The Pixel Buds Pro were actually better in the quiet room and crowd noise test. The Pro 2 was slightly better in the windy city test. Now I do test the call quality on my iPhone 15 Pro using the Blackmagic camera app, which in my testing is always very similar to what I actually get on a phone call when I leave myself a voice message. The quality is only slightly better. And just to be sure, I checked out DHRME's video where they tested the call quality on a Galaxy S24 and a Pixel Pro 9, and they got the same relatively poor call quality across both devices. So now I'll leave you with some samples here compared to the Pixel Buds Pro and one of the latest highest ranked earbuds when it comes to call quality, the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. All right, here is a call quality of the Google Pixel Buds Pro in a quiet room. All right, here's the call quality of the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 in a quiet room. All right, here's a call quality of the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 in a quiet room. All right, now we're going to see how the microphones block out some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the Google Pixel Buds Pro with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, here's the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some simulation crowd noise. All right, now I've got some city noise, some construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the Google Pixel Buds Pro with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's the Google Pixel Buds Pro 2 with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, here's a OnePlus Buds Pro 3 with some city noise, construction noise, and some simulation wind. All right, category 7 is app customization and extra features. So I'll touch on all the features and go into a bit more detail later. Like I said, you can only get the Pixel Buds app on Android, but all of your settings will save to the earbuds. So if you use them on an iPhone or any other device, all your settings will be saved on the earbuds. And the customization you're getting here is pretty much identical to the Pixel Buds Pro. So you have your earbud and case battery, as well as your noise control options. You have your touch control settings, which I ran through, and you can also turn off the touch controls completely. Sound will have your conversation detection toggle, an ear-tip fit test, 6 EQ presets, and a 5-band EQ. You also get left and right audio balance with single percentage adjustments. There's a mono audio toggle. Hearing Wellness will show you in real time the decibels that you're listening at, as well as give you insights into your long-term exposure to higher volumes. Very nice feature to have. And you can choose to be notified if you exceed these levels. More settings will have some extra options like your wearing detection settings, case sound, and multi-point toggles, firmware updates, and that's pretty much everything. Now you do get spatial audio, but that's only going to be on Pixel devices. And the always on Google Assistant or Gemini will work across all Android devices. So total score here is an 8 out of 10, same as the Pixel Buds Pro. Now onto category 8, noise cancelling, and how I test my noise cancelling. Chuck on my soundbar nice and loud, play simulation plane noise and crowd noise, so I get low, middle, high, consistent, as well as inconsistent sounds. And here is the scoring for all the earbuds on my ranking. So they're getting a solid 8.5 out of 10. They said that they doubled the mid-range noise cancelling, but it was only slightly stronger than the Pixel Buds Pro, maybe like 5%, 7% stronger. The low frequency cancellation was about the same. You still don't get any customization of the strength, it's just one setting, but you are getting a very minimal amount of white noise hiss. Conversation detection works well, so with noise cancelling on, when you start speaking, it'll pause your music and turn the transparency mode on. And it works almost instantly, only takes a few seconds to turn off once you stop speaking. And if you clear your throat, cough, sneeze, whistle, even hum to yourself, it's not going to activate. You actually have to say words for it to activate. Now there's no automatic wind reduction here, but the microphones don't pick up too much wind with noise cancelling on, as that mesh covering does protect the microphones quite well. A little bit of wind will still get through, but it has to be quite a windy day. Now if you want to use noise cancelling with one earbud while you leave the other in the case, that works completely fine. Now when it comes to EQ shift, this is how your sound quality changes with noise cancelling on compared to transparency compared to noise cancelling off. So noise cancelling to transparency, it's basically the same, which is great. With noise cancelling off, you get a 5% treble and mid-range decrease and a 5% mid-bass increase. So a moderate amount of shift there with noise cancelling off. The only thing missing here is adaptive audio, which I honestly thought I would see because Samsung, Google, and Bose, no, this is a Google Bud. Samsung, Apple, and Bose all use it. So adaptive transparency will kind of automatically turn noise cancelling on when a bit of noise is detected around you, like you turn on a tap, for example. It'll quickly turn your noise cancelling on so you can hear whatever you're listening to. So it's still not here. I thought Google would have joined the party, joined the three main big brands there, but I guess not. But now onto category 9, the transparency mode. And overall, it's very impressive stuff. You get great clarity, it picks up voices very well, they sound natural, your surroundings are nice and natural, there's barely any occlusion, which is like kind of that blocked ear effect you get when you speak yourself. There is a moderate amount of white noise hiss, slightly more than the Pixel Buds Pro. I'd rate it like a 2.5 out of 5. Unlike the noise cancelling though, you do get automatic wind reduction here with the transparency mode. So if the mics pick up too much wind, it'll quickly turn the transparency mode off, so you're not going to hear wind getting picked up through the microphones. And it takes about 5 seconds for the transparency mode to turn back on when no more wind is detected. A slight downgrade there from the Pixel Buds Pro, it only took about 2 seconds for the transparency mode to turn back on. Still, the clarity is great here. They're getting a 9.5 out of 10. Very close to the AirPods Pro 2. They're just ever so slightly more natural. And with them, it just sounds very close to what you hear naturally. All right, now onto the final round, sound quality. Starting with volume, in my max volume test, I got 114.5 decibels. So this is plenty of volume to play with. And they're slightly louder than the Pixel Buds Pro. A feature I love seeing here though is a low volume EQ. So you can turn this on or off in the app, and basically this will boost the bass and treble at lower volumes since naturally we hear less. So he's getting a much fuller, richer sound at those first few clicks. Apple and Bose do this as well. Bose does it the best, followed by Google, then Apple. But now onto the sound quality itself. I'll start with the stock tuning here. It's just okay. You're getting a noticeable improvement though over the Pixel Buds Pro when it comes to treble. On the Pixel Buds Pro, I had to boost the treble basically all the way to the maximum to get some nice detail. On the Pro 2, I only need a slight treble boost, but I do need to boost the bass quite a bit. The bass response here is still not over the top, even with that pretty massive boost, but I would say the sub bass is still ever so slightly lacking. Boosting the low bass band still boosts the mid bass slightly, so you can only push it so far before the buds become a little bit too boomy. So bass is my only complaint with the sound. I think the Pixel Buds Pro did it slightly better. The mids are boosted nicely though, so vocals are natural and are at center stage. Just don't expect a completely rich experience. But the treble has nice detail and a bit of sparkle, which the Pro was really lacking. The soundstage is quite open here though, slightly more open than the Pixel Buds Pro with that extra treble that you're getting. So compared to the Pixel Buds Pro, their bass is slightly fuller and richer, but the Pro 2 sounds a bit better overall with that wider soundstage and better instrument separation. So I'm scoring them an 8 out of 10. I have the Pixel Buds Pro scored at a 7.5. The Pro 2 are like ever so slightly better. I'd say it's more like a 7.75, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole of changing the entire scoring. But it's close enough of an improvement to just score them an 8 out of 10. You get decent sound, solid customization, and spatial audio on Pixel devices. If you're a bit of a bass head though, I'd avoid these, go for a pair like the Nothing Ear or OnePlus Buds Pro 3. But that wraps up all 10 categories, and before we go into the final score, here's how you can customize the scoring with my free spreadsheet, linked below. So on there, you get notes for each score, you can compare the specs, and there's a core quality tab. To personalize the scoring, it's super simple. Just fill out a number in the importance column, and that'll multiply the entire category, giving you a new total score for all the earbuds and a new custom ranking. But now the final scores are in, and the Pixel Buds Pro 2 just finished in second place with 85 out of 100. So it's a solid improvement overall. It's really just the core quality that's the only noticeable flaw. So if you're in the Google ecosystem, this is the no-brainer. This is gonna be the best bud for you to get. If you're not though, I still think the OnePlus Buds Pro 3 are the better value bud because they rank #1 and they're a lot cheaper. So be sure to check out my full review here. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Stay picky and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.